Hey, what's up my peoples? MGO here, the freaking geek himself, and it's time to just transform X-Transbots Bond James. So without further ado, let's just transform it. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the doors. Let's get these open, and here's the first tricky part that we have to do. This step is a bit easier if we just kind of undo his arms. This little panel here just tabs into the side of the forearm. Just undo that and just get the arm out of the way. I find this is the best way to do this part because it gives you a little bit more. There's a little bit more to grab onto, but basically we want to undo this section here, which is just connected by a little tab right there. So you just have to be careful with this because it's a small tab and you can't undo it. Like so. That actually cooperated with me, so I think it's just loosened itself up over time, but we'll do the other side here. It helps if you just kind of pull it out and up. It seems to be the best way to go about doing that. So once you get those sections undone, we can basically just kind of crack them in half like that. And then we can split this back section and we can start working on the legs. So what you want to do here is just untab the spoiler. It tabs in right here, so just pull this up and then just kind of pull all this out to the side like that. That'll untab and you can bring this up. The same thing on the other side, just pull up on this side and then just kind of slide it over and get that up and out of the way. Now we need to undo this panel right here. Just pull it back. It only pulls out slightly. Don't try to pull it out all the way because you will break it. That's as far as it comes out. So just undo that on either side. Again, just pull it out that little bit. That's as far as it's meant to go. And once you do that, you can open up this panel here and you can bring the leg down. The knee is on a slider, so as you're bringing it down, you kind of start to slide it over, and then once it gets to the top, just slide it the rest of the way in. And now you want to come back here, you just want to flip that little panel in, and then close this up. You want to undo this section right here, just give it a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That should come undone. At this point, you can close the door back up and flip the window in, and make sure that side view mirror goes with it. And then bring it up. Open up the leg here so you can see what's happening. So you just want to bring all of this up. And that'll sit right in there. There's a little notch right there. Just plug that in. There's also a little tab slot connection that happens right in there. Just get that together. And you have that section of the leg all done. And now for the foot, you're going to take this section and just swing it down. You want to take this section, it's on a slider, slide that all the way down as far as it will go. Now to work with this bit here, what you're going to do is you're going to take this panel, it's on a double hinge, just take it and shift it up, and then bring the spoiler down, fold this section of the spoiler in, and it will just end up just kind of tucking right in there. Then just line all this up and get it to where it's sitting like that. And once that is done, you're just going to swing all of this in so it looks like that, and then collapse all this around. Make sure you straighten out these hinges. Collapse this section in. You're going to have a tab slot connection right here. Just have that in like so. And that's how you want all that looking, and there you have a foot all done. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, open up this panel here, rotate this down, and again start sliding that knee joint in, get it straightened out, and then slide it the rest of the way in. Close this panel up, close that up, give this little section here a little wiggle, 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 so you can undo it. Close up the door, and then fold that window in. Make sure that side view mirror goes with it. And then just bring this up. Again, you have a little tab slot connection right in there. And also a little notch that just sits right in there. Just push it in. that locks all that in place. And again for the foot, just swing that down, take this section, slide that all the way down. Now you're going to take this panel here, again bring it up on that double hinge, bring the spoiler down, fold this section of the spoiler in, and again all that will just kind of tuck in there, like that, and just try to get this lined up. So it's sitting, it never sits totally flush, but get it to where it's, you know, pretty much aligned. And then just rotate all of this in, bring this up, collapse this in. Now on this side you do have a little tab that you want to fold in, collapse that in, tab that in like so. And speaking of tabs, there is a little tab on the other foot as well that you want to push in, like that. And there you have the legs all done. So now for the upper body, we're going to start off by taking the central section of the hood, just undoing that. We're going to undo these sections here. We need to pull up on them because they're tabbed in. So undo that and then swing this out to the side. Undo that and swing that out to the side. Once that is done, you can take the arms and bring them up. This little section here will just push in, and then you can bring the entire arm down. Same thing here, just bring that up, take this little section, just push that in, make it sit flush, and bring that down to make the shoulders. Now looking at it this way, you want to rotate the arm at the biceps so the blue is facing us. Then you can flip the hand down, just close up that fist, and rotate. Again, second versus like the first, rotate it so the blue is facing you. Bring that hand down, rotate it, and close that up. And there we have the arms all done. Next, we want to take this backpack section here, just bring this out. You're going to rotate this section up. You want to rotate this entire windshield assembly. And what's going to happen here is you're going to flip this panel in and then flip that in like so. So flip that in, flip that in. That section right there will collapse right up. Before we do anything else, we need to get this chest situated. So it helps if you bring the arms up. All this is on a hinge here, so bring the shoulders up and just kind of angle this forward. Bring these sections of the chest out and slide them up. And there's a little tab on the blue section here that needs to go under, end up under this yellow section. And it takes a little bit of flexing of plastic, which I'm not a fan of, but take it and just slide it up, like so, and just kind of get everything seated. There we go. So it's sitting like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Get this out, and then just kind of slide it up, and make sure that little blue tab ends up underneath the yellow. Like that, and that's how you want that looking. And next we have these little blue panels right here. Have a little notch there, help you flip them out. Just flip that out on either side. Here, flip out the other one. And just get that out. And once that is done, you can now take all of this, collapse it down, and you want it to tuck in right in here. So get that all tucked in so it is looking like that. Cat here not included. And now you just want to push all this in, and these two tabs are going to end up underneath these two slots right here. So you kind of raise this up a little bit and just get all this pushed in, and it will just pop itself in if you have everything sitting just right, which apparently I don't. There we go. Once you get all that working, there you go. You can just give that a little push down to seat that in place, like so. Couple last little steps here. You want to take these little side panels here and just pop these to the side. Then you have this panel right here. It's just going to fold in like that. And you also have these little panels right here. You don't have to move these, honestly. And I personally don't bother with them, and they're actually kind of tight, so again, that's why I don't bother with them. But you have these little side panels right here. It's supposed to kind of move in a little bit. It's not a drastic change, and they're actually really stiff, so I don't bother with them. But there you go. There you have Bond James in his Decepticon robot mode. Now getting him into his Autobot mode is pretty simple. You just turn him around. You can flip the face around, but it's not a necessity. You just want to take this face, bring it up, rotate it, and bring that back down. Take the shoulder pads and just rotate them back. Now you want to take the hand and just bring it down, bring up the red hand, and flip that out. Make sure these fingers are closed all the way and just tuck this fist in and just close this over it. Rotate it. Now you have that done. Same thing on the other side. Again, make sure the hand is closed all the way. Bring that down, bring that up, flip out the red hand, flip in the blue hand, close that up, rotate. And there you go. There you have Bond James in his Autobot robot mode. And now to get him back into alt mode, first we need to kind of get him back into Decepticon mode. So we need to flip up the red hand, flip out the blue hand. You want to rotate the red hand so the palm is facing down, and just flip that in, close that up. We then want to take this hand, open it up, rotate it so its palm is down, and then just bring it up against the forearm so it's looking like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So just open this up, flip this hand out, rotate the red hand so the palm is facing down, close this up, open up the hand, rotate it, and just have it sitting against the back of the forearm like that. Now again, not a necessity, but if you want to eliminate the visible face syndrome, you can bring the face up, rotate it, just bring it back down, take the shoulder pads, and flip them back out. And now you can come to this belly section here and just flip this little bottom panel out. It's going to be kind of hard to do. Come on. There we go. Flip this little bottom panel out, and then these little side panels will just seat themselves into place like so. Once that is done, we can open up this backpack. So you just kind of want to pull up on this section a little bit, just so you can kind of get that to clear, and pop that up. And you can take all this and flip that up. And we can take these little blue panels, oop, one did it for me already, but flip these little blue panels back into the body. So now we need to compress this chest back up. So again, helps if you bring the shoulders up and then just angle this entire assembly up here, and then you can just kind of push this down and get this moving. These sliders are not the best, honestly, but just kind of push this up. There we go. You kind of get it going. Once you clear that tab, you can kind of get these moving, and then just kind of, there we go. Kind of push it down, slide it down like that. Same thing on the other side. Again, see now this side, the tab's already popped up over the yellow piece, so now this will be easy. There we go. Bring that down and just compress that in like that. So now we're going to take this section here of the hood, just bring that up, unfold that, unfold that, unfold that, and unfold that. And then we can take this and rotate it 180, and then we can take all this and swing this down. So all that is sitting nice and flush. And once that is done, we can take these shoulder sections here, bring them up. You just want to slide out this little shoulder section here, and that will allow you to bring this down like so, and you want to rotate the forearm inward. Do the same thing on the other side. Just pop out this little L-shaped piece, so you can rotate the arm down and then rotate the arm in at the bicep, and that's how you want that looking. Then you just want to bring this hood section down. You want to rotate the arms in, and now you want to just tab this section in. Let's just get that into place. Just tab it in, rotate that, and then just get that and tab that into place. Make sure this little section here sits right underneath like that. You can see there's this little lip right here. Just make sure you push that down so all that is sitting nice and level. And then you can just bring that down little tab slot connections right in here, just to level all that out. There you go, have that sitting all flush, and you got the front of the car pretty much all done. And now you just want to take the forearms here, just rotate them up. Actually, should have rotated them the right way the first time, but there you go. Rotate those up. Those kind of make your seats. So now we can work on the legs. So first thing we want to do here is, first actually we want to flip out this little tab here, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. So flip out that little tab, and now you can untab this section, unfold all of this, you can bring this down, and swing this out. So now what you want to do is you want to just undo the spoiler here. Just pop that up, swing it up on that hinge. This panel here, you just want to collapse down on that double hinge, so all that is sitting flush in there like that. Once that is done, we can now open up this section of the leg. So you can just open that up and just undo that tab. That'll just drop open. You can then open up the window. The side view mirror will come with it. Helps if you open up the door just so you can kind of get a better handle on things. Take all of this and slide that all the way up, and then bring this section around. That will tab in right there, like so. And then you can just take this and rotate it up, like that. Once that is done, we can open up this panel. Open up this panel again. That's as far as it goes. Do not force it any further or you will break it. And then once that is done, you can now take the section, slide it out, so you can start bending that knee. You can keep sliding that out. So you can rotate that leg up like so. And we got that side all done. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. First, we're going to start off by flipping this tab down. Then we can undo the foot, undo all that, and just bring that out on those hinges. Again, take the section of the spoiler here, focus. Take the section of the spoiler here, and focus. There we go. Flip that out, and just bring that up. Collapse this section down, and then you can rotate that up. That's pretty much good to go. We can slide this up now. Then we want to undo all of this here. Just undo that, bring that down. Flip out the window, side view mirror go with it. Again, we can open up the door. Just to make things a little bit easier for us, so we have a little bit more to grab onto, so we can get this section tabbed into place. Like that. Again, open this up, bring that up. Again, that's as far as that goes. Do not force it. And then we can start bending the knee. Just slide that out so you can start rotating. And again, just slides out a little bit more. You can see it slides out to right there. You do have to make sure it's slid out all the way. And make sure all this is cooperating with you. And get that bent up like so. Now we can close these sections up. And make sure the little hip skirt panels are pushed all the way in as well, because those will get in the way. There we go. Close that up. Again, make sure that hip skirt is pushed all the way in. And close that up. Like that. And then these will now just push right in. Push right in. And there we go. One thing to note also, there also is a little notch that sits in right in there, so make sure that's sitting in that notch, and that should just drop itself right in. So once that is done, you can bring this section down, and we need to tab in that spoiler. So once you get that in its home, right there, you just kind of pull this up, slide it over, and I'll just drop over that tab right there, and just lock all that into place. Do the same thing here. Make sure that these hinges also bend down and in. There's also like you can see a little notch right there, and there's a tab right in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes into that notch that sits right there. So make sure you have all these hinges bent in, so you can situate all that. Again, just kind of drop that into place. Like that. And then just bring that spoiler up, drop it onto the tab, and that'll just line itself all up. Once that's done, you can take two halves, tab them together, and then you can take this whole back half here and just tab it right back there. Let's get everything lined up. Like that. And we're at the home stretch. We just need to tab this section in, so just line all this up and just push it right in. There's also a tab select connection that goes right into the side of the forearm there. Most of the time it'll just drop itself right in. So again, just take this and just snap that into place. You can see that time I didn't do it, but it doesn't take much to just get that where it needs to live, right there. And then you just close up the doors, like so. And there you go. There you have Bond James back in alt mode.